Hey everyone, welcome back to Wasted 20's, where us nerds sit around, play D&D, and laugh at each other's expense. I don't think we have any announcements this week. Chris, do you want to say anything about the game in motion?
Sure. As we mentioned beforehand, we record ahead of time. It's still in motion.
Got it.
It's still a locomotive that's slowly getting coal fed to it.
It's still about 70% complete.
Fair enough.
Before test playing.
Well, I guess moving right on into the game where we left off, the gang had moved into the Gustam Desert with their own little pack of chocobos. They made it through the first day, and in the night were ambushed by giant scorpions, where a mysterious character had come to their aid in the night and saved their fallen comrade. And that's where we are going to pick back up with the new mysterious individual standing next to Makani, Click, and Deverum, with Echo, Uli, and Tulok approaching.
Is everyone okay?
Can I? I'm still holding my little flame. Can I lob it over into the fire to flare up the fire?
Sure.
Bug guts.
Yeah, we'll give it that.
Gold like bugs.
So I just didn't want to stand there still holding it. So lob it into the fire to flare up in the fire so we can see a little better.
Who's this guy?
Oh, he just kind of ran up in the middle of the fight and helped Click.
It's horrible, so cheap.
And then I gave him some candy.
I gave him some candy. He gave him a piece of stale bread, so he's still chewing on it. Bread he had
God,
in
you
the
still
bag.
have those muffins. They're dry as shit right
Yeah,
now.
they are.
What are you thinking? Scorpion!
I'm just gonna grab the scorpion tail and kind of drag it off to the side. Start to work on
As you do that, I fucking spit at you, sir. Fine.
Are you gonna take the shock out or not?
Maybe.
Are you?
What's that?
The poison shock.
Why are you taking it?
Because we can use it.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, I could use it. That's what I was going to look into.
Do you have a poison sac inside of you?
Where is it
you
located?
want the tail.
You can have this one. Pull the tail off.
I need one of its legs, please.
There are plenty to go around.
And I drag this over to the other one that I've killed.
You, just make a quick strength check for me. Okay. This will be for pulling off the tail.
I'm still really weak from the ass whooping I received earlier. It's gonna be an 8 total. Just
You good, big guy? Did you shit yourself?
all sex jokes aside, I am losing a lot of blood here.
I don't know what that means.
I want to walk up to him and hold out my hand to your chest, but not touch you. Just to make sure you don't attack me.
Careful.
Don't worry, he did that to Click earlier.
Okay.
Actually, wait, Click, did that hurt you? Oh, never mind, it's too late.
Healing word, not healing word.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
Okay.
Hooray!
Want me to lob that off?
Hell
for
yeah,
you?
it's
Yeah,
13.
do that.
It's 13 health.
Dang, son.
How much?
13.
13, wow.
That's actually really good.
That's what I meant.
Sorry, they're really focused on this scorpion
Oh man, that's almost half my health.
thing.
I'll just spin the blade and cut the tail off.
Okay. And then I track the rest of it away. Works.
I'm going to approach the strange cat man.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to roll to see if I know what he
How's
is.
everybody else looking to?
Makani was a little beat up. I think that most of that has been fixed, but there's still some
Some of that's
pouches.
been...
You two were definitely the worst. Devram took a little bit. So he's looking a little rough.
I totally left my cloak up on the thing, so
Sure.
I'm in broad whatever. Anyway.
He's naked!
Your nature check.
No,
13.
I'm wearing leather.
Do you know that he is Tabaxi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would a 10
They
get
are.
that?
They are kind of. What is it?
Would a 10 get that?
Uh,
No, sorry, 11.
Yeah, I'll give them.
Okay.
They're very rare.
Echo just drags the tail back to where he was sitting before all this shit happens. The alarm's still set up. Are you staying with us for tonight?
That would depend. You appear as though you could use an extra set of eyes.
We don't even know him.
Tell me what.
I will allow the alarm so to let him go through. I'm not verbally saying it out loud though.
Okay.
I'll be up most of the night, so it'll be okay.
What is your name?
Yes.
Kosek?
What is
The
it?
Russian
Do you just like live in the desert? Where did you come from?
The desert.
Wow.
Well, the edge of the desert, but I am on a bit of a pilgrimage on the way through.
You said it quietly. I don't know that everyone.
It's
caught
KHA apostrophe SEC.
Cossack.
Cossack apostrophe
The
SEC.
Cossacks.
Huh?
I would go over and do a first level cure wounds on
Makani? Okay.
plucking another feather off me.
What does a pilgrimage mean? Why do you have fur on you?
Because I am tabaxi.
Yeah.
Makani, recover 6 HP while you're talking.
Thank you, Click.
I'm gonna go to the 2 scorpions I cut in half and try to remove some sack.
Okay, make a survival check. And
13.
13. I'll say you get the poison sack out of it.
15 on one.
Okay, that's 1.
So you're a tabaxi on a pilgrimage through the desert.
21 on the other.
Yes, for now.
That's so 3 poison sacks retrieved.
Wait, do you know a lot about the
I got
desert?
1, so.
I have learned a lot about the desert, and I'm here to learn significantly more.
Interesting, because we know nothing about the desert, and we might die out here. I'm not quite sure yet.
Oh, we're not gonna die.
What are you doing in the desert?
Well,
Wait, don't tell me, don't tell me. I'm gonna run over to one of the scorpions, and I'm gonna, I guess one of the ones that you're at, or is there one unattended? Is there one
Yeah,
not
there's one
being closed?
unattended,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to that one, and I'm gonna like put my shoulder into it, flip it over on its back. I'm gonna like straddle its chest, then I'm gonna take my dagger and I'm gonna right in between its chest, and I'm gonna crack it open. And I'm gonna rip all the entrails out onto the,
Two locks of love
the desert.
So you see
I
this.
like him, guys.
You see
We
this.
should keep
You see
him.
this cat just interrupt you as he runs over to the scorpion and bends it over, or flips it over. Make a sleight of hand for me.
Three.
Okay, as you dig the knife in, you basically cut all the entrails in half, cutting it through. Right, and then you open the carapace up, and you sling all the entrails to the side. Continue.
And I just kind of get down on all fours, and I close my eyes. Why are they in the desert? And then look at them.
We're just staring at you like.
Wait, I was going to tell you.
Let the man do his thing.
I'm gonna walk over and watch.
Okay,
As you begin reading them,
I see here is the severed arm of somebody who ran into the scorpion before you.
Huh?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yes, but it means that you're all going to lose your arm before you leave the desert.
No.
We're going to lose our arms, you guys.
I like my arm.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. The gallbladder is over here, which means there's a possibility of all of you losing an arm before you leave the desert.
Possibility.
It's
So
gonna
you're
be
saying
you,
there's a
Deborah.
chance.
Yes, you see the gallbladder.
Yeah.
possibility.
How did you...
but that's
how?
not the only thing that you see while examining the entrails. What else is in there? You also see the stomach, which has been split, which means that they were exiled.
Oh, sorry. I did not realize that the arm was actually expelled forcefully, it would appear, from the stomach. So you were cast into the desert.
Left for dead, yeah.
And
See,
well, yes, dead or armless into the desert.
Wait, so we're either going to die or lose an arm before we reach our destination. How are you getting this information?
Wait.
That's
Can you
my
see
question.
if I'm going to get a rock?
He is a.
Flip over the human hand. No, this is a human hand.
So you might get an
raccoon.
arm from it?
What?
Oh yes, actually, hold on.
I mean,
The
I
way-
could easily
the way-
give you
the
one
way the
right
small
now.
Let's
Intestine.
not. I need this one.
Well, no, the way the small intestine is laying above the hand could actually mean
I mean,
that
if we take one,
you come out of the desert with an extra hand.
That's impressive.
Wait! Another hand! That's gonna be you!
It would appear as though destiny has sent me here to help you.
Oh my god, this is so
wait. I'm gonna stab my sword into the ground and I'm gonna get on one knee. You got this all out of looking at the insides of a scorpion.
Look at their stomach! Look at it! Look at the head!
I mean, to be fair, there is a science. It is anthropomancy, divination by entrails.
I've never heard of such.
Quick's just going to
It's
put
a
a
thing.
question mark on his.
Yeah.
Listen, Click.
I'm going
This is incredible.
back to the top.
So now that we know,
Anthropomancy. It's ANTHROPOMANCY.
pomancy.
So you study dead things? Or the
no.
magics of dead things?
There's one more thing I want to do to a scorpion.
No, I just I tell fortunes as a side job while I travel. Like I said, I'm here on my
Where's this pilgrimage taking you?
wherever the pilgrimage takes me.
So you just out here?
Yes, for now. I'm actually and I go over and I crack one of the end pieces of a scorpion leg off, and I pull out like the little joint. Well, I was after this, but this would appear as though this is cartilage and not a bone.
Are you looking for a bone?
Yes.
Why?
Also fortune telling, and I kind of like spill my little bag into my palm and show them it's just a set of like fortune telling bones.
You could take the bone from the human hand that came out of their stomach.
It's not ours. I'm fine with that.
I don't want his bones. It's bad luck if you do not kill them yourself.
Or her.
Oh.
Or her. That's right.
That was right. It could have been a lady that died tragically in the desert.
Yeah. Like us, maybe.
That would be so much worse.
Any?
So-
So besides the status of how many arms you're going to have when you leave the desert, why are you here?
Well, so
She can explain.
it is kind of a long story.
We're all sit and wait to hear.
Yeah.
There was a fight, and I was in it, and I lost, but it's because the lights got turned off, and I couldn't see anything, and I was gonna win a raccoon, but it did not happen. And then some other people fought, and I don't know what happened. He got an eyeball at some point. It is a long story. So then the lights went out, and then there was chaos, and then Echo didn't move from the wall for like 3 days. He was waiting for his brother. It was so boring. And then we saw a dying man, and then Uli told me I'm not allowed to tell anything about him, so I cannot tell you right now because he can hear us. So then we
Like glance over. Uli.
I'm like death
Do you
staring
know
at her.
who Uli is yet?
I mean, he said he doesn't have his cloak on. Do I recognize that he's a dark elf?
She didn't mention he was a dark elf.
But he left his cloak on.
Yeah,
He
he's
said he
just
left
wearing
his cloak.
leather armor right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not covered. I'm just.
Yeah.
Like I.
But I'm in nightlight. But
You glow in the
You
eye.
would have seen a dark elf.
So then the Sovereign's Hope, it got stolen.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was so terrible. But then we became city guard. I'm a city guard now. And we went to investigate with Jeremiah. He's our friend. He is also that bird over there.
I
That
literally roll my
His name
eyes
is
as
Jeremiah
I
as well.
look at you and
He's
look
also
back
a
at
city
her.
god.
We're all
No.
city guard.
But yes, I will make him a city guard.
No, we're not.
Anyway, so then we went to this mine and there were these cultists. Actually, first we fought these bug things and killed so many of them. And then we found these cultists and then he died a little bit. But just for like a minute, just for a little while. He got
was dead.
disintegrated, but then we used the sovereign
Both
token,
hand
which
on
we
my
weren't
cheeks.
supposed to use. We were supposed to give it back to the queen, but we used it to bring him back, and Duloc did not like that. But we did it anyway. And then Jeremiah got really mad, and he said, "You have to get out of the city right now!" And we left the city, and
What a
then Click and Echo found us a little bit later, and then he put blood.
Glad that didn't go any further. They got my face.
Blood all over his face.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull the water skin out and just
And then,
dash her with water.
oh, and then I rolled down a hill with lots
almost
of
to the end.
sand, and I got really dirty.
You're tired.
So that's basically what happened.
Long and short of it.
Okay, but where are you going?
The
We're
saucer.
going to see his papa.
Where are we going? Who's
I'm way away from the group.
going
I'm pointing
to?
at a dark figure in the distance.
We're going to the Golden Saucer.
Oh, yes, we're going there first.
Do you know where that is?
Actually,
Southeast of you.
last
Do you know how
time
to get there?
I checked, we weren't
to
going
the
to the
southeast of
Golden
you.
Saucer.
Or we were skipping through.
I thought we were going to his tribe.
Look,
We have to go through the golden saucer first.
we also don't have enough resources to make it to his tribe without stopping.
And
Do
weren't
the-
we told that the Golden Saucer
The dead part
didn't
say
also
if we
have
will die
resources?
horrible deaths in the desert? Or just about
It's worth
arms?
a
Is it
shot.
just about arms?
Well,
Shot the dog.
most people don't live very long without their arms. So it's all kind of an applied science.
And
but
if you lose your arm, you're going to die in the desert.
I'm keeping my arms.
I'd like to keep mine too.
And if I
Well-
have to, I'll sacrifice one of his.
Please don't.
If it happens,
said
it
if I had.
happens. You know, sometimes you just don't lose your arm.
No, don't look at me like that to him. You cannot have my arm.
So we do have an extra chocobo. His
walk
name
back
is
to a scorpion.
Maverick. If you wanted to ride
What is it?
him.
I walk back to a scorpion. I'm going to try to get some meat out of the insides of it.
Okay, make another exciting.
I see what he's doing. If you use just blunt force
26.
on their claws, you can instead of stabbing.
As you see that he's he's cut one of the claws off, and he's like take the edge of the knife and he's pulled some of the raw meat out of the claw.
Ooh, that works too.
Like a grape.
Hungry.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
Famished, actually.
Stick it on a dagger and then hand it. Put it over the fire. Till it's dark, at least. Not too dark. And then
So
I'm gonna
anyway,
work
tell
on-
me about yourself.
Work on the next one.
I'll say with that roll you're able to
A pilgrimage with no end.
Well, it has an end.
You just don't know it?
It is once I have decided that I have found enough information about what is going on elsewhere in the world to bring back to my tribe.
So it's not like one day you will open something up like a dead thing, and it will be like, "You are done with your pilgrimage. Go home." Like it won't say that.
Sometimes the world knows better than I do, and it may tell me that.
So, 3 tribes now? Is that right, guys?
No.
No.
What?
We
Well,
will
no, I'm not
travel
going
to
back
Echoes.
anytime soon.
Yeah, but I'm saying he has a tribe. He has a tribe. You have a tribe. Well, you're
Anyone
making
else?
a tribe, right?
I'm making a horde.
Horde.
There is a difference.
What's the difference? Army, family?
We take what we want.
I'm gonna start digging back out my little hole
Anyone
in
else?
the diagram of the
I'm
hill.
still sitting like
That's
over
where
the
I wanna
corpse of
put
2.
I know.
my shield.
You would be able to do it. There's nothing encumbering
I'm just
you
kind of sitting there,
preventing you from doing
It's going to be a little game.
jabbing it down in there.
Whatever that means.
Absolutely. You're able to do
What's
it.
that
And I'll
guy?
just huddle back under it.
Okay.
I want those back. I'll be up there.
Yep.
Nice to meet you, I guess. I don't even know your name.
Cossack.
Cossack. I'm Uli.
Devrim.
Nice to meet you both.
He's the one I told you about that I can't talk about.
Ever.
Click. Echo.
Ever.
Tulok.
You want to
Takes
protect
note
me?
of everybody skinning scorpions.
Tell no one.
What would I know about
No.
dark elves?
No.
Make a
No.
nature or history your choice.
As you say, clicks. I mean, clicks just hard
Can,
sleeping, isn't it?
the exoskeletons, since they're giant scorpions, I assume they're thicker than normal scorpions. We have 2. I assume I would have 3 because typically it's a stinger and then 4 portions. I assume I have technically 3.5. Can I pull off the exoskeleton parts?
Make a sleight of
Carapace?
Chitin.
It's chitin, yeah.
hand.
Yeah, Greek word.
I'll go back up.
Shout out to the hive.
Oh, I
Listening.
grabbed my bow because I dropped that earlier.
No,
CH
you're,
is
you're having
okay,
a lot of
but
trouble disconnecting the chitin without actually damaging it from the.
Okay, then I would stop.
I'm like,
Okay, with your roll on the Dark Elves, you know that they're from the Underdark. That's about all.
Okay. Respect. Because, like, we only get information back to the tribe, like, in, like, basically 60-year portions when travelers return.
He's like Tolly. That's awesome. Like who?
Tolly from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're on pilgrimage.
Exactly.
That's dope.
I don't know actually.
On pilgrimage.
In case you're curious, it's always up.
Always up.
Does it say somewhere in the DMG how much
Unless you take
water
it
skin holds?
Nakani, you start
How much
smelling
pounds?
cooked meat.
5 pounds of water.
Pounds.
Try a bite of
Use a
it.
measurement.
I know,
It's
but it
very bland. Got an almost gamey taste.
Who did I see cast magic?
You would have seen
Just those two, right?
Echo and
And then your big flashy bang.
Yeah, just
I wouldn't associate that with magic. Or would I know that as magic?
make it on top.
Oh, I did Dragon's Breath. I guess that is kind of
that-
magic-y
it's
looking.
full.
It's only
5
an 8.
pounds. When it's full, it's 5 pounds.
It's a terrible.
You could infer either way.
Okay.
Oh, I handed your water skin back.
To
before I went over there.
Bakani, do either of your spellcasters, how are you getting to the golden saucer without water?
Don't you worry, friend.
This little coin purse.
Full of water.
How big is this
The
bag? 10
tiny pouch.
It's like a coin purse. I
It's my own
imagine.
coin purse.
Like a dice bag type.
Can I infer from knowing about how people travel across that it's probably a bag of holding?
That's probably fair.
Just because it's so
What
tiny.
is your intelligence modifier?
Intelligence is just 10. 11.
Make a quick intelligence check.
13. Even if that small bag has an incredible amount of magic in it, it does not hold quite enough water to get you even halfway.
To the golden saucer?
Yes.
we have
No. Put your arm in there.
about 5 days water.
Yep.
If you were aware of a settlement or a traveling caravan, that would be helpful.
I can make you water.
Huh?
That is why I'm traveling in the desert.
Wait.
You now belong to the Lord.
Can also create water.
Yeah.
Hey.
Actually, can I insight her when she said that they were actually members of the city guard?
Sure.
Hey, Micah. Technically, it's about 10 cups of water.
Insight
is...
For create water?
No,
no.
How
13
many-
on insight.
How much is in a?
When a water skin's full of water,
I
it's
need a
roughly
roll
5 pounds.
Oh,
that
so it's about 10
accumulates to 10, roughly 10 cups.
Well, I'm sorry, what
You
was your...
believe.
14. Or 13. 13 to 14.
I rolled a deception. It was 17.
Did we hear?
Even though truly Makani believes she's a
She
part of
believes what she says.
But with that insight, can I tell if they're actually members of the city guard?
You
I know- I
you had a
noticed-
17, you had a
13.
13. You believe what she said.
But I can see that none of them are like wearing any regalia, right?
But you believe what she said.
Do we know about the water stuff?
Yeah. Or as told you right as
Yeah.
you left.
That's right.
What I meant is that I can take water and make more of it. You mentioned something about being members of the city guard.
No. Not.
We are not city guard. She is simple.
They're very backhanded.
I don't know what the symbol has to do with it. Jeremiah, he said, you are a part of the city guard while we investigate this.
Are we investigating? We are.
Yeah, we're out there looking for portals.
We're not.
There are no portals.
We're not looking.
It was his way of getting you to leave.
No.
He
Jeremiah
he
told
left us for dead. He
Sure.
sent us out here to die.
I'm sure he did not send you out here to die.
He sent us out here.
And he shall pay
You
greatly.
can't do that.
Can't advocate for a person you don't know.
Either way, if you're not members of the city guard, then I can, in fact, create water. It is technically illegal
Well, just kidding. I'm part of the city guard.
You're not!
That is a trap.
I asked if you were.
Fucking to catch a water creature.
Oh, the cops!
That is a trap.
I'm gonna go to the top of the hill and I'm gonna cross my short swords where the hilts are like clenched together, and I'm going to try to like handstand on them as they're holding into the ground.
Okay, make a acrobatics.
Stand.
That's why I'm crossing them.
I don't know. If Jeremiah was here, he would not like it.
Jeremiah's not here because he's not going to kill himself.
That's right. Jeremiah is
I'm just gonna start
what some people like to refer to
raising
as
myself.
cocksucker.
Push-ups.
A
Upside down.
cocksucker?
Yes.
Oh, you taught her a new word.
I'm also going to see if I can listen to everything they're saying. Before that, I mean, I'm not gonna catch it.
Is that what you like another word for like
With
a
your
guard?
passive, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is exactly another term used for guards.
But not you.
Because
Not a me, no.
Because-
Just Jeremiah.
just Jeremiah.
Just Jeremiah.
He's a special guard.
And
Well, either way, as long as you guys
are not actually
not,
we are
We're-
not actually
We're
guards.
not actual guards.
because
You are good. You belong to the Horde now, because you can create water.
I do what?
Just come with us.
Is he going to be a cocksucker?
Take a little bit of water in my water skin.
God.
I don't
Cast
want
a
to
spell,
be in
and
a
as
horde, and
the
I
water
think it
comes out-
should be you who come with me.
Use
I
great
can
water.
take you to the golden saucer and give you water along the way.
Well, anyone within 15 feet hears the sound of spilling water as Click is kind of fumbling around with his bag that's got like a little spout of water coming out of it.
I'm trying to stop.
Bird, you can make water? Why did you not say this? This is important.
I'm just
say a lot
gonna look
of
at my
things.
paper
I just
and
imagine
go,
you with
He's
a
just,
notebook.
he's just holding his little notebook.
Why
It's
didn't
like,
you say
I can
that?
create water.
and it's saying that he's just pointing at it confused.
Yes.
So you'll take us? We're making
show you the
so
way.
many friends.
Like I said, according
Longest
According to-
sigh up top.
We could be a part of your pilgrimage.
No.
You don't know that.
I mean, what else are we doing right now?
We're going to his village,
Yeah.
and then we're going to go and raid villages, build a horde.
Well, we were gonna go to Vice Esserin.
That's
No.
a village that we could raid.
We could, yeah.
I don't think we should raid that one.
Vice
Or
Esserin
any
is
village
not
yet.
a village.
On the cosmological scale, all are villages.
Yeah, and we're all specks of dust. Let's go, Neil deGrasse.
I think we have time to do all of it. We can raid the villages, we can go see Echo's Papa,
My conscience isn't ready for raiding.
and we can
You will have your place.
have our pilgrimage.
It is just my pilgrimage.
It is all of ours now.
We are a very cohesive and borderline parasitic people.
Welcome.
One of us.
Do you want some scorpion?
One of us! One of us!
Oh god, we're a cult.
Yep.
So you'll,
Cult fighting a cult.
so you'll begin to quieten
Cult
down for
wars.
the evening
Only one cult.
Dig me another hole, put my ship.
out of the wet sand. Although the wet sand is wet.
I'm just like,
Who is going to take up the... Uli did the first 2 hours.
I can do up to as many hours.
So you
I
want to
only need
finish up
4
another
hours.
So you'll do the second 2. Who wants to take up the second half?
Echo mentioned.
So when I see everybody laying down,
Echo
why,
will take a shift.
why are
he
you
said
guys?
he would take a shift. Yeah.
Why are you guys laying down when the moon is out?
As I said, I only wanted to rest for a period of time. but
It's
everyone
time
wanted
to sleep.
Do you travel during the day? In the heat?
Again, see.
Well,
The
yeah,
cat is
because we
fine.
can't just see very well at night.
I already told you. We put those who can see at night at point.
What are we supposed to do? Sleep during the day? That's crazy.
We do it all the time.
No, the sun is at the Yucatan.
No. He does not do well in sunlight.
I know. Uli.
He does better at night.
I cannot talk about it, but there are
At this
reasons.
point, I'm sitting up there crossed and just looking around. But I can
Reading
hear
is
them.
far easier at night. Travel is far easier at night. There's much more we can do in the darkness.
Plus, how else do you know where you're going if you can't see the stars? Did you just blindly strike out across the desert?
We use the casting of the sun.
Yeah, and
You know that after about 3 days out here, you will see the sun all over the sky.
I know.
It will no longer rise in one place and set
It is
opposite.
terrible. Well,
Devon, you kind of
yeah,
you know where you're going.
yeah.
we
I'm
have
just
him.
like, I don't know what he is.
He is our
Guide.
daytime scout. He's not really good at scouting. He gets scared easy. But
You don't know that.
No, see?
It's because loud noises. Or,
He punched him one time.
I took it like a champ too, didn't I?
he did. He took a good punch.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Why did you punch him if he appears to be on the same team as you?
Because I wanted to test his mettle
Be careful.
without killing him.
Do
I am
you,
technically a druid and I don't fight with metal, so...
do you want to punch him?
Don't
It
think you
is a
should.
good bonding experience. Go ahead, punch him.
Just don't spit on my shoes.
I don't want to punch him.
Thank you.
What is
Wait,
wrong
I
with-
see.
What is wrong with you?
See? See? I walk up and I reach out for your hand and I go, thank you. Thank you.
What? Okay.
So we travel
Are
at
you
night.
sure that the sun has not already gotten to you? How
I
long?
don't think so.
Taking in the entirety of what Tulok is. Make a history check. Or nature.
While I'm talking, I am trying to
Natty one.
pull stuff off of
Make
this
a
thing.
So a 3. Oh, survival, yes.
No,
him.
No,
I'm making it.
Not you.
Why do you keep giving me the wisdom checks?
because you are high wisdom, fella.
Or no, why do you keep giving me the intelligence
I
checks?
said
Those
nature
are both intelligence.
or
nature
history.
is intelligence. So
Nature is wisdom.
No, it's not.
No, it's not history. It's
Really
it's
not?
intelligence. The idea of knowing.
Oh,
I'm
animal
the-
handling is.
I'm the intelligence person. He's
Yeah,
the wisdom.
yeah. I just like to keep you all on your game. So, what was your result?
It was a natural one. So
Oh yeah.
3.
Okay, he's just weird.
He's just an uncouth individual.
Incredibly uncouth. There's a bit of a smell. What did you get on your?
I got a 17.
Yeah, I'll say you're peeling the chitin off.
I'm peeling chitin, trying to take pincers. It's more or less trophies and potential like things to make shields and stuff out of. What?
Did you give him nature for that?
No, he gave me survival.
Survival. Can I go with survival instead?
Try with survival.
It would have been what did I say 7 beforehand?
Yeah.
It would have been 11.
I'll say you're able to get the calls off, but you're not able to get the chitin.
I just have to tell. That's it.
He just had because I took that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He cut the tail off, so it actually would have an opening for him.
I'll say if you want to sacrifice a couple hours of sleep, you could do it.
That's fine. I'm also gonna do my arcane recovery too. So
So as you all settle in for the evening, Uli finishes up the last 2 hours of his watch, which are uneventful.
Crisscross and then just
Who are you waking up?
I would still be awake.
You would still.
I'm used to traveling around at night.
who's awake? Oh,
You'd be roasting bits of scorpion.
you down there. I'm up,
Yes?
up the hill. Keep watch. Don't kill anyone, or I'll kill you.
What if they are trying to kill you? Can I kill them?
Then yes.
You can kill bad guys.
You're asleep.
Yeah, you're.
Okay. I'm gonna take my little scorpion on a stick and go sit up on top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use hidden behind
After I
shield
finish the scorpion with the dagger he gave me,
at the
I
top
would,
of the
like,
dew, and I'm
set it
going
in
to
sand next to me.
cast mold earth a couple of times
Okay.
and kind of mold the sand up into an even higher mound. So maybe like 15 feet to where
higher than what it was.
yeah, up
Okay.
at the top,
I'm like literally sitting.
and then just kind of paw my way up the side and sit on top.
So you get it about 15 feet higher. It loses like 2 as you climb up and knock some sand
Yeah.
down. But yeah, you're definitely in a more elevated.
And then kind of like take a minute to like spin around and pat everything down. And then,
Biscuits.
yeah.
Okay,
He needs
just
that
sit.
mound. He needs that.
make perception.
Do you have a tail?
Yes.
Is it a big floaty tail?
I imagined it to be really
I know it's-
slender.
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 Sorry, didn't mean to
Now
talk
I'm
about
currently
your
in
tail like that.
Or elf
Pencil
sleep.
tail.
Don't touch the ears.
Elf sleep.
Don't do it.
Elf sleep.
Jewish.
Scratch his belly twice per protocol. 3 times and I'll bite the shit out of him.
What am I casting? Perception? What am I doing? Perceiving?
Perception.
But to let you know, now I have my cloak on, by the way. Currently in
That
trance.
is an unnatural 20.
Okay. You see in the distance a couple things skittering across the desert. None of them are moving towards your direction. It's a bit dark and they're a bit far away for you to get what they are, but they appear small, but quite fast. But they're skittering from point to point in the moonlight of the desert.
I kind of get down on all fours and watch them. And if they don't come near, I just settle it.
They definitely don't come near. The rest of your watch goes uneventful. You all had attempted to time the long rest so that you all would start before dawn. I would say, given what happened with the ambush by the scorpions, that you all were able to do so, because it didn't take you more than 30 seconds or so to deal with the threat of the scorpions. So, Uli wakes, Tulok wakes, Echo still finishing his rest. Devram wakes up, Makani wakes up. Click to the world. You haven't slept yet. And then
I'm going to go ahead and say because of where I've been sleeping during the day, because I'm not going to take a long rest at all. I wouldn't sleep during the night. So I'm going to go ahead and use my, I don't know what it's called.
I know what you're talking about, the land recovery.
Yes,
thing.
the land recovery. So half my level worth of spell slots.
Yes. That is.
And I'm going to go ahead and get 2 level 1s back.
2 level 1s. Okay.
Yes. So I've only spent 1.
Natural recovery.
Yes, natural recovery.
Annie, dagger.
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
There's still some scorpion on it. I'm sorry.
It happens. It'll be in worse places eventually.
Oh yeah, you probably could kill the people with that. And I ate off of it. That's really
Yes.
gross.
If y'all want to, finishing that
I
rest,
bought
you all
them.
can use hit dice to recover some hit points.
I haven't killed anyone with them.
Oh.
And if you had spent anyone but Kosek would regain expended spell slots.
Sweet.
What did you say about health again? I'm sorry.
No, you said you went ahead and counted.
Oh, you all
That's
did.
what
Yeah. Sorry, but you can spend spell. You can spend
Beat that.
hit die.
I've not been touched.
That's why I did arcane recovery.
You're right. You're right. I did say that.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You can use your hit dice to recover HP if you need to.
So, yay on the spells, no?
Nay on the spells. Technically, I gave you all the effects of the long rest first.
First.
Sorry, I was trying to be nice and someone ruined it.
What? Oh, so we don't get our spells back?
Nope.
Oh.
That's why I use arcane recovery.
So, you all get up, feed the chocobos, give them some water, feed yourselves, and set out.
What kind of rations do they have?
They just have basic rations.
Just like dried food?
Right.
You have dried cat food?
Canned cat food, actually. Like, it's wet food.
Ooh.
I'm bougie as fuck.
Go ahead and collect the materials for the
But no,
one
actually,
spell.
as they start like breaking out rations, I'm going to cast Foodberry.
Oh, okay.
This will sustain you through the day better than dried bread.
No.
Becoming more valuable to
It is no, it's just a tiny little berry.
It is, but even for somebody my size, I will feel full all day.
If this is poison, you will swallow one of these sacks.
I eat one.
If it's poison, you'll die.
As soon
Before
as-
that.
As soon as it touches your tongue, you automatically
collecting
feel
my thing.
satiated. And as soon as you eat it, you have an increase in vigor.
I still think you guys are crazy for traveling during the day, but
You feel overly full upon eating a second.
I would have slapped her hand if I
I'll reach my grubby hand and take one.
You again feel incredibly satiated.
7, I believe.
You create 10.
It's
10. Hell yeah.
it's a pretty good.
I'd rather die by a berry than a desert.
Humans first.
I hate it.
You feel very full.
Uli, who is also a human, you eat one too.
That is a dark.
Let's click eat one.
I think he's letting everybody else get them first.
Echo won't.
And then he gets his stuff and starts packing, goes back to his chocobo and
Do you
just packing
know
up.
Uli? I didn't know you knew him. So the bad people are chasing him. You
But I
know this,
would
I'm
go
sure.
to Echo
And
in the morning.
Who is
and-
Throw a
chasing
dagger
you?
at your feet.
Uli,
Who
Hush.
is chased? Are you being chased across the desert?
Yeah, Jeremiah's coming after us.
The city guard is chasing
Okay.
you across the desert?
Probably.
Hold on before this
he already
conversation
knows
goes
you. He knows you're a dark guy.
any further. Don't say that name out loud anywhere.
Jeremiah?
Yes.
But
Is
I
he
named
actually chasing you through the desert?
No.
I named the chocobo Jeremiah. So I
But
said
that name is going to cause you trouble if you do.
Why?
Because he's chasing you across
Because
the
of something I've done.
Because
Did it have to do with my blood?
Possibly.
Uli, what did you do?
With
That
my
is our
blood.
friend.
With
Because if I used my blood, then it would be tracked to me.
so
Well, if nobody wants any more berries, I'm going to hold on to these.
hold on 2 seconds. So now it's gonna be tracked to me?
No, because they do not know who you are.
Now they do.
No.
Who's they?
I don't even know what's going on.
As
Friends,
you all are having this
advocates.
conversation, Echo, you're
Maybe.
packing up your things and getting everything settled. The young Click moves up to you and taps on the back of your calf.
Lean down, remove the mask.
And then I would proceed to do cure wounds on
You
him.
know, I'm leaning down like so.
And then
Why
I
not see it?
replace the old
I
feather
don't see
with
how
that.
you would if I'm leaning
You
downward.
replace the old feather.
I thought we were all standing around. You came
No,
up for a
I
berry,
said
right?
no. I said
Oh, you
I take
didn't?
my stuff
No,
and
he
walk
did not.
back to my chocobo and just packing it up.
Is he not hungry?
All right.
He's tending to Elena right now.
So,
He made my Elena.
clear the air. My skin is gray.
Is it really? Put up your sleeve, because you looked purple last night.
My eyes are purple.
Dark elf. Oh, that's what it was.
I do give
Secondly, we do not mention that to anyone.
It is a secret.
Why is it a secret?
Because of the bad people.
in this region, I gather, like most of my people, these people don't like dark elves.
But you are not a dark elf.
That's
No.
the other one. There's another reason, but we're not getting into it. We're just going to go.
But do you have bad people chasing you?
No, I am the bad people who do the chasing.
You better not hurt Uli.
No, I don't. He has proven his valor at this point. He has merits.
So he is your friend now.
He is conscripted, yes.
Can I pet you?
Just hold on my arm.
You actually are. Sorry.
The best character ever.
What, you said you were giving something.
I would give Click the healing solvent, the stuff I bought from the shopkeeper.
The healing salve.
Whatever it was, the shopkeeper gave me to take
Yes.
care of. Since Click would take care, I gave it to him instead.
You know, take a little bit and just rub it on.
It's got a very mild anesthetic effect. So the kind of throbbing that you had felt is relieved a bit. Not completely, but it definitely takes that edge off.
Then I go finish packing up, eating some bread occasionally.
Alright.
Alright, are we ready to go? No more talk about
Yes.
me.
Well, Cossack said that we should travel at night. So maybe we should go back to sleep and just try again tonight.
I'm hopping on my bird.
Oh, well, we have an extra one, right?
Yes.
Could we dispense some of the stuff packed on it to...
Certainly.
Okay.
I can walk.
No.
Why
This
can't you ride
is
with me? I'm small.
Turok. You can ride him, okay?
You could ride with Click.
Yeah.
I can.
I'll put on my
I can
board
walk.
and go.
Hold on.
He could
Did
ride
you
with
sleep
me.
at the night?
No, I do not sleep at night.
He's holding up the board. You could ride with me.
But I don't need
Yes.
it.
If you have not slept, we will need you at your full. Rest either with the bird or on the empty one, and you will be tethered to me. And then once you have rest,
Very well. Let that one hold the stuff for now. I can walk.
no, you need rest.
Want
Once
to
you
turn
have
into a
rested,
giant lizard.
Okay. As he's sitting there talking to you, just and kind of like morphs into this large.
What did you do to him?
I think that looks like the thing that came out of the lake almost.
I'm just a giant lizard. I can't talk.
Are you acting aggressive?
No. I'm like pacing around in a circle, making lizard noises.
Yeah.
hissing.
You
Perfect.
guys are gonna follow me. Then hurry.
We have a problem.
I'll let you go.
It turned from a cat thing into a lizard
Echo
thing.
took off.
No, Echo.
I'm just gonna go walk after him.
Oh no, he's
him.
What
chasing
is the
him.
giant lizard moving speed?
Yeah,
Do you have the
pull up.
companion app?
I do not. Is there an app for that?
There's definitely
There is.
Any
companions.
bird.
Okay.
Oh, I did
Okay,
want to ask
come
you,
here,
how do
Jeremiah.
you get HP for these shapes?
Usually, I take the average.
So whatever it has is the average?
Yeah,
want
right.
somebody to
That's
stab
that
you.
is the median average
I
for one.
named him before you told me not to use it.
This
Or
is
change
the.
its name.
Sorry, we should have gone over this beforehand. This is the app that I use. It's called Companions. The first one on the left there. It's actually pretty awesome.
I just pull up
His
the
name is
5th edition stats
That'll-
form. Because all the stats
Honestly,
are the same, right?
What is the
unless you want
movement
to bleed
speed on
out
the giant
somewhere alone in the dark,
30 feet
stop saying
and a
that.
30-foot climb.
Not by me. Much worse.
I am
You are
between-
actually going to fall behind the chocobos.
Are they faster?
They're way faster.
Would I know that? I know chocobos.
Yeah, you would know that.
How fast is a chocobo?
Could he turn into a chocobo?
It's like a warhorse.
Fine.
Yeah, actually, you could turn into a chocobo since you've seen a bunch of
Like, I just turned into a chocobo.
That's not the lizard.
Well, actually, I could. What about an axe beak?
An axe beak would work.
Okay.
I think they're actually the same movement speed as an axe beak.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Fine, I will call him
Well, had you
Weejas.
seen axe beaks from the desert?
I had them on here, but they're not on the list. But I don't. This list. This is
In
just
the
the stuff
name
from
of
Xanathar. It doesn't have any of the
Exactly, Click!
CR creatures. I know the axe beak's a half CR creature because that's my max
Use the
transformation
chocobo
right now.
for now.
Okay. I just turned into a chocobo, but
this is actually-
like a sandy one, and I'm gonna keep my
Your colorations and your patterns.
yeah.
This is the stats on the.
Was this in the
I swear, their mouths
thing that you
not-
sent
no,
me?
no,
No.
stuff that I
larger
I'm gonna take a
every
picture of
time.
this thing. That's alright.
Yep.
They just keep talking about things they shouldn't.
So you all get on your chocobos. He shifts into a giant lizard,
Holy
and then
shit, that's really strong.
seeing how slow he is comparatively,
Echo's just gone.
morphs back into a tabaxi, and then moves into a chocobo form and starts keeping pace with you guys.
There we go.
That's inappropriate. And you'll begin to travel at this point. You make it through midday. You make a really good time in the morning before the heat peaks. Once the heat peaks, the chocobos go for another 2 hours or so before they start to slow down naturally. You would feel very thirsty at this point.
At some point, I would just like let it drop and just be like trudging along behind. Hi.
You don't go for 2 hours right now?
Yeah.
Huh?
2 hours right now?
For 2
Yeah,
hours.
for 2 hours. Yes.
So, yeah, after the 2 hours, you would have to take up.
Do you really mean to travel through this?
It is unbearable.
Once I see the chocobo start to get tired, I will summon my bird back to have it do a quick look around. just to see if there's any threat before I stop.
Perception.
What's this? Did I have to make a save last time?
Yes.
What was it?
Con.
18.
19.
You're fine. Dealing with better. 18?
Yeah.
You see a caravan off to the east.
Does it
It
seem
is making its way south.
pretty far away?
Couple hundred feet.
Couple hundred.
Well, at 500 feet or so. Not a mile.
As
not-
Echo, can I see it? Like, kind of like in the... like,
because of the rolling dunes, no.
Okay. I would bring the chocobo to a stop and hop off and give it some of the water from my...
Just like standing there panting.
The bird comes back to my shoulder.
Holding down the water skinning.
But I have water.
He can make it.
I also have I've got 2 skins strapped, like tubular ones around my sash.
So
Pardon
you
me
can
for trying.
turn into animals?
Yes.
Wait, do you start to draw off again after we stop?
Can you
I can
turn
stop him
into a
pulling up to where
raccoon?
he's
Oh, okay,
stopping. I'm
okay.
just like holding it. I'm like, mm-mm.
Do I know what a raccoon is?
You would know what one is, but you have never seen one.
I know of them, but they are not from where I am from. I have not seen one.
Echo, what's wrong?
The birds are tired. They need to rest.
All right.
And we rest as long as they can take it. It's a caravan.
I have a better idea. Why don't we rest until the sun starts to go down?
Because it's only midday. And I'm not wasting my time.
It's midday when it is the hottest.
This is very hot.
This
I'm
is
very uncomfortable.
I'm not wasting my time.
Have you ever seen somebody driven mad by the desert?
How is it a waste of time? You rest at night, so we're sitting for hours not doing anything. At night,
I waste hours now. And I travel at night and sleep. I could travel now, then sleep. And travel more.
and then
Echo, what's
If you're
wrong?
going to follow me, that's what I'm doing.
He wants to get back to this tribe, right?
I understand this.
I want to take a second and examine Echo. Do you have anything, like, any bags or anything on you that are
I
easily...
take like 4 bags, because my component bag as well.
What's with
Are you wearing anything that's, like, evenly recognizable?
full pockets over here?
That's, like, distinctly recognizable?
Oh, come on, Zeke.
Oh.
Distinctly recognizable as in what way?
Something that I could use to cast Find Object. Like something other than just like a bag or a water skin. Do you have anything on you that I could see that is like
Identifiable.
distinguishable, identifiable?
I have 2 bags that look pretty some like standard cloth made bags. I have another
component
bag
pouches
that's
that look different.
my component patch looks different. It's smaller than the rest, but my 3rd bag has a unique design to it. I think.
If it's the one.
Yeah.
I mean that'd work. I would just take note of that, knowing that I can change my spell.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'm
There's
going.
There's a caravan, but I point the direction where I saw it through the bird.
And I'm gonna run
400,
up and
500 feet. Just giving you a heads up.
I'll try to
Do we
survey
want
it.
to go see if they're our friends? I guess that's a
I
no.
rather not.
A natural 20.
You peek over one of the dunes nearby and you see the caravan in the distance. Moving away from you all.
What do you see, El?
How many?
I see.
Caravan. I mean,
With that, you would see a caravan of 7 carts.
put my hands behind my head. Go.
How far can you send your bird?
I can send it as far as I want.
Well, if you're resting, can you send the bird to it and let us know what it sees?
I see the chocobo sat down.
It's standing there, yeah.
Kind of just put my arm on its on the saddle.
Yeah.
My eyes will gloss over. I'm soon. My bird
Yes.
flies off my shoulder.
He is in the bird.
You make a perception to the bird. I know you. So you're specifically interested in the caravan.
I'm gonna have the bird get closer. Like I know after 100 feet, I can't tell what to do anymore, but
Right. You can still see
it knows to
through it.
go there, survey, and come back.
Yeah.
So
Do I recognize what he's doing?
Make an arcana check.
18 again.
The actual 20?
Yeah, you know what he's doing. The bird flies in towards the caravan, and after a moment, you lose control. What the bird is doing. The bird swoops in to see a caravan line of 7 carts with tattered tarps covering the back of each of them. Each one is basically helmed by either a human or an odd insectoid creature. Make a nature check if you're interested in what that is.
That is only a 7.
You're not sure what this is. They are being pulled by, some of them pulled by camels, some of them pulled by chocobos of a red variety, some of them pulled by horses. From what you can tell, from what is covered in the tarp, some of the tarp wagons have people in them, some of them have items, boxes, crates. They are armed, but it's not like a raiding armed, like they're armed to defend themselves if they have to.
They're not
It seems to be something
military, they're just
Right, it's
traveling
not, it's not military.
It's either a group of people just travel by themselves, or maybe some form of merchants who are traveling.
Correct.
And I relay from what's nothing I want to hide. So I relay all of that. That's it. I kind of see it and pass by it. So
Well, do we want to become traveling merchants now?
We don't
We
want
could
to
join
become
them.
that.
You
but
don't want to approach people traveling through the desert for the most part.
You approached us and
What
we
is
didn't
this?
kill you.
In a caravan like that, especially because you said they are armed.
I don't respond because I'm still in the break coming back. Kind of make sure no one's coming on us.
He said they were armed.
yes,
You would see that they've now kind of pulled over.
It is very difficult.
they've
They
made
had
like
Shape
they
with
circle.
caravans that are now dismounting and caring for their
I would relate that as well.
steeds.
It is very difficult to let somebody know that you do not mean them harm before they put an arrow to your chest. The desert is not
Do
a
you
friendly
think
place.
that you could sneak up on them? I understand this is something like this. It's your time.
Why would we sneak up?
To be friends with them.
I can try.
Wait, why would we sneak up on them if we wanted to be their friends to
If
walk?
what he says is true, and they would attack us on sight, I clearly cannot go first because, well, as you can see, I'm rather imposing.
And I won't be.
And he could at least sneak up, and he's a little faster than I am. And he has a chance of getting up to them before they notice.
It is midday in the desert.
Yep.
That is a black elf in a black cloak.
Yep.
Where would you have him hide?
Gray. My skin is gray.
Very shame.
You have a point there, but his eyes are good, even in this light. He could get a dune away and get a better surveillance.
You guys do what you want. I'm going to go over to the leeward side of a dune and cast Mold Earth a couple times to kind of create like a little, enough of like a little embankment that I can curl up like against it in the shade.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
just right on my board. I can go. I'm a traveling cleric. I'm the least imposing.
This is good.
So we're going to become friends with them, right?
I'm gonna go sit with the new guy.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Good. I'll let them go, and I'll travel a little bit behind.
Oh,
Because I chink and I clank. And
So who's going? Who's moving forward?
Okay.
Click, Uli, and McConney.
by the way, that our perception earlier was supposed to be a disadvantage, but it was still 15. So.
It's okay.
But I'd be
That's
riding
pretty
my
good.
little horse.
Daylight stuff. Yeah.
So, are you all sneaking up?
I'm just walking behind him.
Just,
I want to
they're walking,
sneak.
and I'm kind of, like I said, I'm
You're
not
hanging
sneaking.
back.
Just keeping a little bit of distance and
Let's-
watching and waiting for him to kind of yay
So
or
I
nay.
see them kind of approach, come out.
We are
I walk
disregarding
over to
Kazakh's
I'm laying over on the
advice.
I'm sitting next to him.
Do you have that berry?
Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 more.
I want to give mine to the chocobo.
Aw.
Why don't I give both you and your chocobo one?
Because I've already eaten.
Held up to you.
Nice
You
grab.
did not eat.
I reach for just
these.
one. And I walk away.
He won't listen, man. Just let it go.
Okay.
He's stuck.
The three of you begin making your way forward. There's a bit of a hustle and bustle around this caravan of carts and wagons. They've got one of them that's being propped up. Looks like one of the wheels have broken. And they're now pulling off one of the wheels and putting a new one on. As you approach.
Thought I had mending.
And
Yeah.
as you approach,
So one time, it's
this hooded figure
entirely
turns,
situational, though.
turns to you.
Everyone
Everyone
make that
a
judgment
perception.
call. Have it on.
Hello.
Actually, did you say you sat down next to me?
Yeah.
Whenever you sit down, I'm gonna use my tail to like scoop up some dirt and then cast mold earth again to like raise a pile behind him to give him some shade.
Oh, yeah.
24.
Which is like laying back with my
Hey.
hands crossed over my eyes.
The two of you see a hooded figure. You see a crimson-skinned woman
I would tear,
with a cloak that's cutting the sun from her face.
I'd tear a piece of one of my papers that are white off and just start kind of, wait a minute.
Do you think they'll come back with all of their arms?
This is it. This is where we lose them.
Could be very.
Listen,
How in what
I
manner
don't know
are
what
you
to
approaching?
expect.
Just casually?
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
my weapons would
Hello?
be hanging on the horse, but they wouldn't be on my person.
Okay. Come forward. It's okay. It's kind of odd to see people on foot in the desert.
We have the bird, when it comes back, fly back and land on one of their shoulders.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, we're in the desert and it's really hot, but otherwise we're okay.
It's very hot, especially if you aren't used to it. Fortunately for me, it doesn't really bother me as she pulls her hood back. Oh,
And I would have just wrote, we saw you in the distance.
yes. We didn't see you all coming, and I'm so sorry that
You are so beautiful.
you would see a red tiefling with two horns that kind of roll back, but the horn on her left side is broken. But there are deep carvings throughout her horns. One of them is pierced with a golden ring. Her hair in a tight braid that hangs down her neck. Her face a bit smudged from the dust, but she's got kind eyes. I'm so sorry that we didn't see you. We would have probably offered assistance if we could have.
We're not in need of this.
Click. It's so nice to meet you. I'm Chrisira. C-R-E-Y. Or I'm sorry, C-R-E-C-R-Y-A. I'm sorry, did you say something? I'm sorry.
No, not really.
He said that we don't need help. See, we found a cat in the desert and he knows how to get around
My bird's
pretty
laying on
well.
her shoulder.
The bird landed on McConnell's shoulder.
Oh, this is a magic bird.
That's a neat trick.
Annie, too much information all at once. Stop.
I thought I just couldn't talk about the you being the dark.
Josh.
Everybody knows.
Got you.
He did. He almost spit all over.
It's okay. This is a no judgment zone.
It's not about judgment.
It's quite alright.
Well, partially it is, but yes.
Look, we are the Mian'jir. We are a traveling group.
The what?
The Mian'jir. It's M-I-A-N''J-I-R.
You're a traveling group? What do you do? Are you on a pilgrimage?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, our cat is.
We like desert life. It's a challenge. We move from corner to corner in the desert, occasionally stopping by Ono Kaith.
We were just there.
Don't worry about this. I apologize. Click. Put light on this. Thank you.
That's a Uli. He's my best friend.
It's okay.
And I'm shooting that in your direction.
Should we be expecting visitors?
4.
Well, I told you we have a cat, and then we have just a regular boring-looking person, and then we have some green friend. Are you green? No. We have a green friend. Are you green?
It's bluish green, but yeah.
Bluish green. He is teal.
Yeah. Well, I feel it's like more like a hatch pattern, but yeah, it's
Teal.
If they're watching.
They are more than everyone. The four of you make a perception.
I'm in the bird.
I was watching for.
You would have seen Uli.
Yeah.
I have my eyes closed with my arms over my eyes, just chillaxing.
I have no idea why you
Put
did
on
that,
there
though.
when we-
We may
I
know.
wasn't there for that conversation. I was in the bird, so.
We are actually we're traveling merchants. We make our living by selling wares and things to people who need them as they're traveling through the desert. We have a pretty good way of collecting and using water. We sell water as needed. We sell canned fruits as they become in season throughout the desert plants. We have a couple of other things that might interest adventurers or travelers alike.
Wait. Do you have a raccoon?
I'm sorry, dear. A raccoon just wouldn't do well at this.
Patience, Annie.
It is fine.
Are you all thirsty?
Not currently.
No, I have all kinds of water.
And she walks over to one of the wagons, and she lifts up one of the cloths. And there's a crate. She pulls the crate down and opens it and pulls out this little potted plant. It appears to be a small bulbous cactus with a few jagged flat leaves that are hanging off of it. And she reaches and she grabs one of the leaves and she twists the leaf and pulls the leaf off. Here. Just break it and it will give you a lot of water.
Slowly putting my hand on my head.
Do I just like eat it?
It's up to you. You can break it a little and just suck some of the water out of it, or you can break it and pour it. I mean, it creates a lot of water.
Break it. Pour it into my mouth.
It's roughly a gallon's worth of water.
It slowly comes back down.
Kind of sits there trying.
Click, can you mimic that bird's noise?
He would just put on his board which one.
The one on her shoulder.
Echoes magic.
Do it back towards them so maybe they'll hear us.
What was your all's perception?
9.
9.
I'm in the bird right now, so.
I got a 15.
15. You would see the light bolt, and then you would have seen it through the bird.
Yeah, but I have no idea what it means.
Okay.
I was in the bird when he discussed what he would have done.
Thinking about it, I would remember I got something better, and I would use the screams I'd hear my family do at a louder voice towards their direction.
Who are the screams?
Okay. So that happens.
As the four of you hear screams of terror and pain.
I get up.
Bird just kind of.
The moment I
told
can
them
hear
to
that,
lose
and
their
I'm like,
arms.
You're like, I heard something.
And Christira is just like,
Click,
are you okay?
too much.
Click, what is wrong? What did she do to you?
Sorry.
I'm gonna come barreling up over a dune.
Yeah.
With the hammer in hand and shield just ready to fucking murderate.
I would do my best.
Pull the polearm out. What kind of mind tricks did you put on that friend?
And
Annie.
you're as you come barreling over the hill with your weapon out.
Yeah.
The sun is slightly behind you, casting a small shadow in front of you. And as you're running, this large creature stands in front of you with just your hand out. Just stands out like this. It's okay.
Why was my bird screaming?
I'm not sure. I wasn't part of that conversation. And you see that Chrisira is standing. Are you okay? That was quite alarming. See,
I kind of look around to see what's going on.
It's over here, just like
you see the large creature standing in front of you with these robes on, with gi pants that are flowing down. He's very broad-shouldered, very furry, bear in design almost. And then you see Click just standing there in front of the tiefling with his thumbs out. You see Makani's face is wet with this plant in her hand, and Uli is just kind of like trying to clamp Click's beak down.
Click, if you want me to kill her, I will.
Slowly put
No.
the hammer back.
Stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
Valfaith, it's okay. You can let him come. We knew he was coming. And he kind of slips to the side and ushers you.
Like, I still got the shield. I'm just shifty-eyed, slowly coming down the sand.
I'm gonna see where the bird is, and I'm gonna try to look in its face on her shoulder.
And the bird kind of looks at you.
Then it fades to the shadow.
Disappeared?
Yep.
Oh no.
I have not had a chance to change any of my spells. If they have lost their arms, I cannot put them back on.
They lost their arms. It's on them at this point.
Did you go with them as well?
No.
Okay.
Him and
I'm still like laying on the ground.
I was like standing up, like while you ran over the dude.
Let's see.
If they lost their arms, the screaming will continue. Unless they are dead. At that point, I would oh goodness. I would stand up.
You see that Chrisira is almost lost in thought for just a moment, and she looks down.
I would have said, "I'm so sorry. I was just trying to get her attention."
I think that worked. Can you not? You startled a couple of our children. So I would not do that.
I did not know those sounds could come out of that thing.
You see, those who are there, the four of you, make perceptions.
I've never.
Because those have been going so well.
It's not a good one.
What's Echo do?
I'll wait till he gets up this first.
12.
11.
7.
Too long?
12.
Okay, you two, Click and Tulok, see on the caravans, like kind of where the tarp is hanging over, you see camouflaged movement across the caravan as it moves down onto the sand and stands up, and the camouflage is dropped to these large insectoid humanoids that are holding what appear to be like bone spears that have kind of taken a position, not aggressively,
But in the defensive stance.
correct, like they were startled. And then you see Chrisira, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's just that was incredibly loud, and you've startled a few of the Thari-Kreen. They won't hurt you. They're actually quite amicable. Honestly, they can't really speak. So
You can't speak?
I just touch my mouth and I'm just like putting the thumbs up, making sure everybody sees.
Are they like Click?
no, they actually don't have the stuff to produce sound like you know it. And at this point, you would kind of hear chittering.
I hear it and I start doing it as well.
And they all just kind of like just lock eyes on you for a moment. It's okay. They're defectors from their tribe.
After holding his mouth and watching her, I'm like, all right.
Valfaith, could you go get them some food? We'll be hospitable. Show that there's no hard feelings here. And your friends are more than welcome to come. Echo, what are you doing?
Echo starts moving all of a sudden to check on the chocobos and whatnot, knowing that they all ran up there, so all the chocobos are kind of still sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's with me.
Your choke goes with you.
Yeah.
We haven't left.
Yeah, I know. I reach up my bird
the one
that
that
goes to my
stopped.
shoulder, and I just start going, getting the chocobos and kind of just cook them together and stuff.
Clicking all of them together.
Yeah.
I'd get up and help them.
Okay. You all managed to get all the chocobos clicked together.
They want you guys to go up there.
Are you coming down there?
Someone
still
needs
have
to
their own?
watch the birds.
The birds.
Point to the chocobos.
I thought you were gathering them up to bring them down there as well.
I would rather leave when we're done resting. But everyone wants to follow me. I understand. And he goes and clicks his to the rest of them as well.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Cossack, Deverum.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. It's gonna take a bit. I still have Jeremiah right
That's how Jeremiah's one.
I'm just gonna go with him.
Done with.
I'm gonna pour out some of my water into my hand, and as I do, I'm going to cast Shape Water and actually freeze it into a small like sliver and tie it off to my belt so that I have it.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll walk down there.
Okay. You all get there as the red tiefling is now handing each of you a leaf from this cactus plant.
So then the Sovereign's hope was stolen, and she goes through the whole story about everything that happened.
That is quite the tale.
I know.
You all have just been through it.
She is such a liar.
You know, she's got a mind for storytelling. I don't know that I would call it lying. It's just she's painting a tale.
Painting a tale. That's right, Uli.
As I approached, I recognized either the insect things or the plant she's handing me.
Make a nature check.
I'm gonna do something.
15.
You will do no such thing.
You recognize the thrycreen.
12.
You recognize the thrycreen, but you don't recognize the plant.
Do I know, having traveled through the desert, have I run into them before?
The
Are
thrycreen.
they
Yeah, you would have run into a couple nomadic sects of the thrycreen.
they peach you?
Yeah, they're not terribly violent.
I read books on them.
I'm just fascinated with the sounds.
They're definitely making sounds. For those of you who are just joining us here, take this. It's a leaf from the handheld oasis. All you have to do is break it. It'll make about a gallon's worth of water.
Be careful, though. It's a lot of water.
Right. The bigger the break, the faster the flow. So if you just want a little bit, just crack the end.
How long does it keep?
Until it's used.
Hell yeah. Echo's staying with the birds. Believe it or not, he's ready to go.
Where are you all headed to?
We're going to the Golden Saucer.
That is only a
Temporary.
brief stopping point. We are traveling to accompany our companion to his home.
I see.
The saucer is simply on the way.
The saucer's sad.
I heard it was not well.
Did you
Yeah.
say sad?
It's quite sad. It's really fallen from grace since the drought. Since that damned king dammed up the river.
Damned up the river.
We saw a king at the fighters tournament. Have you ever heard of the Mian'jir festival?
I was there.
We went there. There was a king there. Maybe it's the
It was
same
the
king.
same.
Oh.
Thormos is, how do I say this? In civil conversation, one might refer to him as a bastard. So, I'm sure all of you know of the chasm that opened along the Guston Mountains, or the Cyril Mountains.
Without father, Annie.
What?
Bastard without father.
Oh, he doesn't have a papa.
You will see that chasm opened, and where the river sat on the western side of the Continental Divide, the river flows that way, and it used to flow into the underground reservoir that nestled under the Cyril Mountains. However, since that chasm has opened, it pretty much created a waterfall that emptied the river into the chasm, and Lake Alexander began to empty. So the royal family, as opposed to lose their lake, damned it.
Well, it must be a very pretty lake then.
Not that pretty.
Hell of a climb.
It has completely ruined the desert economy. There's no oasis anymore. There's no... People stopped going to the Golden Saucer. It's been a complete economic disaster at this point. I mean, it's still open, but God, I don't know if you can call it that.
Just because they wanted a stupid lake?
Well, between you and me, I think they did it so they can tax people for water.
I don't know what taxes are, but that sounds awful.
Right.
It is why the creation of water is illegal.
Right.
Oh, we know someone who can create water.
Why would you spill all the beans while we're standing here?
No.
This is our friend.
like at this point, Tulok's getting a little like.
Patience, honey.
For once, I agree with him.
That's so creepy.
So
Trust me, it is.
Oh, that was a really cool click. But please, don't be hurt me. This is our friend, okay?
Deity shit.
It's okay. It's okay.
You are a friend, right?
We are acquaintances.
This is a person we have met for the first time. That does not quite make them friend.
Which way is your caravan traveling?
We're going south. We were in Omokait, and we shifted over to one of the northern territories that border the desert. And we're now going south. We will be making our way through the Golden Saucer. And we will probably swing up towards Alexander at that point.
I don't know where Alexander is, but
That's
maybe
not
you
where we're going.
you can travel with us from now on. We can go see Echo's Papa, and then we have to go to Vicess.
Just hands around her mouth. If we don't do this, she'll go on for hours.
It's okay. You can let her. Dear, I would love to go with you, and that is such an honest, sweet, genuine offer from you.
Overly sweet, sorry.
But it's one that I must decline. I have a job. I'm the elder of the Mian'jir. I can't leave them.
I've never been rejected before.
Actually,
Open out
there was
my
that.
arms.
Never mind.
To her and go.
Will you still go with me, Click?
We're all still going. We're
I just want to scan,
And you remember
like now that I'm
time?
next to the.
Thanks,
the
Deborah.
hearts,
I'll give you a hug.
I'm gonna like scan inside them and look if I can see anything carrying with them. So,
I hover.
It's like keeping
Like, don't
no
think
space for Jesus.
Just enough space for Regis.
For Regis.
10.
Regis!
Large boxes. You see a large stock of canned foods. You see multiple of these potted plants that they were handing out to these. You see large pieces of wood that look like they've been torn down but are ready to be reassembled if they need to. That's kind of all you're getting. At
You
this
mentioned
point.
people as well?
There are
Like
different
the rest of the people?
Yeah,
Do they look to be there on their own accord? Or are they
absolutely,
carrying
absolutely no. They're not shackled or
That's-
confined at all.
Like,
Yeah.
that's Chris surveying and just kind of looking.
They're definitely
Sizing
not
up these
shackled or being held against their will. I've got a couple other things to do around getting this damn will fixed. But you all should have a... Grayson! And she yells as this middle-aged man, incredibly tanned, leathered, wrinkly face, comes up. His face is scruffy with unkempt beard. His hair's quite nappy. His face is on one side is covered in pitted marks that appear to be old scars of some variety all over his face. And he comes up. Yes, ma'am. Tend to anything that they happen to need. And if they need anything, do your best. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Does Makani hear this?
Sorry, I forgot.
I would like a raccoon, please.
I'm sorry, there's no raccoon here.
You are given orders.
I've already told her that we don't have a raccoon. We don't have to do that. And if you'll need anything, please feel free.
And you remember when you danced for those men and then one of them walked away? That was also rejection.
5d4 times 10.
He wasn't interested.
Oh. Yes, I remember that. I thought he was going to be my friend too.
So, as you're cheering back and forth with the fry cream, you hear in your head, why do you keep repeating everything that we say?
Wanna get my board. And I'm just gonna write on it and say, it's a bad habit.
Do you understand what we are saying to you? I didn't think so. It's been entertaining. Nice to meet you.
And then I look at them, trying to remember if I know any phrases, and then I just write it on the board. And
What would you write?
nice to meet you.
And
Just
common.
common.
I'm sorry, I can't read that. You can answer me here.
Then I would, and then as soon as I do, I'm just like checking my mouth and everything, trying to see if I'm actually speaking.
No, it's telepathy. It's okay. And one of them kind of pats you on the shoulder. What are the rest of you doing?
Existing.
Merely existing.
Yep. I'm going to actually look about acquiring a couple of tents.
Tents.
So they offer to sell us stuff. Right?
Yes, they are a traveling merchant.
Let's do this civilized. Go first.
So you said that you were interested in tents.
Yes, we need the couple. It would assist with our travels.
Oh, it's definitely a must, especially if you're going to sleep at night. You know, scorpions will get you.
Yes, we ran into them.
We have a problem.
We killed a bunch of them.
Desert Costco.
Desert Costco.
We have 2-person tents. Those would be 2 gold apiece.
2 gold apiece.
Correct.
That would be 2. I will take 4.
4. All right, that would be 8 gold for the tents. Anything else that you need?
Do you have any? Oh man, I dropped some candy.
Oh man.
Oh. Do you have any clothes that we could wear that would be better in the sun?
No, unfortunately, we don't have much by the way of. I do have a couple sashes that would fit over your head that we could wrap around. But it probably wouldn't help much.
I'll take one of those.
It'd be 5 silver.
Actually, there is a thing I need to do that I totally forgot about.
Do you have anything that's cool?
We have lots of stuff that's cool.
Go on.
What?
Well, so as you've seen, one of our signature
I have a
products is the handheld oasis, and he sits down this pot It's got this cactus that has 2 leaves coming out from it. The cactus sprouts new leaves daily. And each leaf produces 1
Seen
gallon
it
of water.
already.
Put on my board and I go, how much?
400 gold. We could barter a little bit, but 400 gold is the starting price.
I'll take that. Yeah.
We also carry this jug, and he sets down the jug and it sloshes. This jug produces a number of different liquids. Once you speak what it is, so give me any liquid.
Blood.
I'm not going to make blood because it doesn't serve a purpose.
Oil? He used blood.
He oil and
For other purposes.
pours it into a bucket, and it is oil.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, once it produces a particular type of liquid, it cannot produce another type of liquid until the next day. But depending on the liquid, creates the amount that it will make.
You are a very trusting man. You do realize that that is not legal.
Viva la Gustam. Like, it's a lawless land, the desert.
Well, yes, but technically it has laws.
Well, you should be careful because I'm a part of the city guard.
Technically,
No,
this is not illegal because you don't have to produce water with it. And the plants are a natural plant. We just have a monopoly on them.
Sometimes.
It's not magic.
I'm glad that works for you. I have run into a number of smaller
What?
towns where
Nothing else.
the guards would not be so generous with that
That's
assertion.
why most of us live in the desert. To be truthful. There's one more interesting item.
Wait, how much is the jug of things?
550 gold.
I mean, I have that much, but I want to see all of my options first.
There's one more item. This one's a bit rarer. But I'm afraid that I can't actually take this one out and show you what it does. But he reaches down and he grabs this little case and he sets it up. And it's a wooden box that's clasped closed with a glass viewing top on it. And as he turns it to you, this bright red feather sits inside the case. Yes. This is the down of a phoenix.
What does it do?
It is said to grant life to anyone who has died.
That's amazing!
It is. There are limits on it by legend, but if you were to see someone die, this would give someone life.
Where did you get that?
It was found
Where? Probably on the Phoenix.
in the desert, actually. You can't. It's not. Ever seen a phoenix?
No.
Me either, but
I'm still alive and here, so no.
me either. But every once in a while, you will find these kind of floating about willy nilly.
Those are the things that eat horses.
That is a griffin.
I have no idea what that is.
Phoenix, a bird of legend that ignites itself in flame, turns to ash, and then is reborn from its own ash.
So a dragon.
Click. Do your feathers do that?
But I don't know that.
This we would be willing to sell for 350 gold.
That's. I just need something simple. I need to sell this cloak that I'm wearing and have a new one.
Like I said, I'm sure someone here would be willing to trade. I mean, that's a nice cloak.
Yeah,
And
so
ours are quite tattered, as you can see.
I need to get rid of it.
She hovers over, Grayson yells, Valvaith, come here. And this large bugbear makes its way over to you. Yes. Would you be interested in coming off of your cloak? We were always kind of trying to procure new.
A little bit big, is it not?
No, it'll fit.
Yours? Are we kidding?
Yeah. And takes the hook off. Try it on.
It's a free magical cloak.
Yeah.
He takes the cloak from you and puts it on.
Do I have it?
Yeah, he handed it.
Okay.
It can't open his eye in the daytime. What I want to be a fire. It shrinks to your size.
Damn, that hurts.
How in the world does a dark elf find himself in the middle of the desert?
Shh, it's a secret. I say from over.
We're not talking about it.
No, it's okay. No judgment. I actually like the shadows myself. It was more of a conversation starter.
Icebreaker.
Kind of.
Long story short, exiled into the desert from some asshole who probably won't have life much longer.
You know, have you thought about... I'm just getting piecing here. You don't want to be found.
Always.
Maybe I can show you a few things sometimes.
What?
See that shadow over there?
I don't need to roll for perception.
He points to it.
Or see him do it again.
Okay.
He backs up to one of the shadows on one of the carts. And you just... He appears in the other.
Hey, I know something.
Huh? What kind of magic is that?
It's not magic.
No, that has to be magic. There's no way you could just...
It's not magic.
That makes no sense.
I can teach you. But I'd have to charge.
I was just trying not to go there. So hard. And why would you teach me this?
I'm sympathetic.
I'm sorry if I don't take your sympathy.
No. I would imagine when some people look at you, they're naturally fearful.
Only that one. I pointed the human.
I mean, look at me. I look like a bear.
I've worked with your kind before.
Right. And let me just say, it helped me a lot to kind of center myself and figure out these things in me. People are still afraid of me. That nothing changed.
What's the catch?
Just paying it forward.
What?
I'm just paying it forward. Someone did it for me.
Oh, I thought you were telling me not to kill someone because that's probably not going to happen in the next few hours.
No, I mean, death is a natural thing if it has to happen.
Start rubbing my arm.
Someone taught me and improved my situation. Maybe I can do the same for another person.
And you're just going to do this for free? I'm sorry if I don't take you seriously on this, but there's always a catch to something.
Maybe one day I would need something. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
But maybe one day you will need something.
The only thing I need is not to be seen.
And I can help with that.
Again, the catch.
Everyone needs help from time to time.
We're going in circles here.
I know, but listen to me. Everyone needs help from time to time. You are here.
She definitely needs help.
What?
Praise we just.
All of you need help from time to time. Everyone.
I mean,
You need more help than anyone.
What's your price? I mean,
You
I can
scary.
easily give you some coin.
Don't want your money. I want you to pay it forward.
I want to try to jump into the shadow.
Like, not like it's a puddle.
Doesn't work. I mean, you jump into the shadow of the caravan, but it doesn't. That is the payment.
I hate owing. Alright,
Think about it.
I will, because Yeah, I will. I'll think about it.
And he kind of walks over and he pulls out a book. Mian'jir book.
How to be a monk.
Just take that.
How to Train a Dragon. What?
It's the handblade. It's the handbook. The teachings of the Obsidian Conclave.
Okay.
That's what I learned from. If you should have questions, maybe visit them sometime.
Visit them.
Visit them. It's an organization.
And where are they exactly?
They have a couple different. There's one in Olokaith. There's one in Vice Seren. There's one in Talon Seorsa.
Well, I'm currently exiled from. Okay.
Wouldn't be an issue if you could jump from shadow to shadow, alright?
It won't be an issue much longer.
There you go. Therefore.
Don't even.
I'm gonna give him a Ouija pamphlet since I've seen him hand a book.
That's right. Kill one, save a million.
Thank you. I really appreciate
I guess thank
Praise
you
we
too.
Jess.
it. No, it's quite alright.
Kill millions, save millions.
Sure you don't want a coin or something,
No. The rest of you. Echo, you were hanging back with the
Yep.
Jogos.
Yep.
Devrom's just existing.
Yep.
Getting shifted every time somebody says something about
Actually getting ready to head back towards
killing your back.
Echo.
Okay.
But keeping the just
I'm just like,
Kasek.
I would like to procure just a decent walking stick and one decent piece of oiled cloth, please. Not even a foot end.
Lucky for you, I've got a big bucket of oil here. Takes a tag of cloth.
What?
Oils it.
No, like oil cloth.
And
Like waterproof. I don't think that's how you make it. Do I know how the fuck it's made?
Roll.
With my
Intelligence.
intellect. Oh, jeez.
Annie, do you need a tent?
No.
I don't know.
To your knowledge, this is oilcloth.
for 2 people tents.
Is the tent kind of like the blanket?
I mean, once he
for
hands it to me, I
covering
realize that it's not what oilcloth is.
Yeah.
Yes,
let me
we
go
should
see if
get
we have
some
any
of
in
those
the
later.
I misunderstood you.
Yeah, like
Just a
I guess
sturdy
like as
top.
Just
I
yeah,
think
ready
this
to leave. I
would
heard you say that.
spontaneously combust if I put it over Muelai's neck.
it would
We have
probably burn.
Because it's some blanket fort?
back. Like rub my paws in the sand.
He comes back with a piece of folded oil.
yeah, like I'm
So for the walking stick and the oilcloth, we'll call that one.
Oh, I spent 5 silver.
Give him a gold.
I want to look under the caravan where the shadow was.
Yeah.
Is it a pretty good sized entrance?
Sure.
I want to crawl underneath and pop out the other side and just feel accomplished. Just
Make a performance check.
oh
He
yes,
spreads up his neck feathers and
Ooh.
struts around.
20 unnatural.
You kind of pop out, and everyone just kind of. That was pretty good.
And I just ruffle my feathers.
That was amazing, Click.
And as you all
Good job.
interact and mingle with the Mian'jir, the evening approaches. Not there yet.
How long are they up there?
I would say they were mingling with the Mian'jir for like an hour. So a little past noon, right? Like 2 hours past noon. So that's where we're going to leave it off tonight.
Just gonna leave us.
As
Probably.
Echo contemplates whether he's going to wait
Yeah.
or not. But that's where we're going to end off with everything. As we continue next week, traveling through the Gustan Desert. Or you all can travel with the Mian'jir if that's what you so choose to do.
Gaston Desert.
We're still alive, guys.
You all made it through the first, essentially, 2 days of the desert. Plus a new hand as as foreseen by the intros.
I like to call him our new.
We got a new hand,
And I've mastered
just like
the Shadow
the
Walk.
fortune told.
Well, tune in next week, guys, as we continue on with the Wasted 20's campaign. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. If you like what you've seen, rate us. Give us a rate if you're listening to us on Spotify or iTunes. If you like what you're seeing on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe for notifications, and click that bell. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.